Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
Let's talk about getting clear. Getting clear. So I'm finishing up a course that I'm taking on clearing limiting beliefs. And, it's interesting. There's some of the modules that are in there that are things that I'm aware of. And you maybe heard me talk about on the podcast. Ho'oponopono, affirmations, music, like using music as a way to kind of like just shift your belief, shift that state to make sure that the things that you're listening to are not like all sorts of, negative lyrics. And, but what's become clear to me is this, getting clear is that, some of these things I would kind of almost, I wouldn't say struggle, but I would kind of skirt the fence of going like, oh, these clearing beliefs are really good because it moves you, right? I'm seeing for me, like it moves me out of a state of if I jump into negativity. And when my thoughts might go to negative thoughts or go to past stuff, and I can feel myself kind of like going to those like places of just sadness or pain or past shit, and just, you all know, right? You've been there before too, where you're just like, God, I just feel like I'm in the grips of ego and fear right now. Like, holy shit, this is a powerful force. Like, get me out of here, right? And so there's two ways that I would see this. I would be like, no, the clearing belief is a way, or the clearing tool, the technique, whichever one that I would choose, would be a way of just allowing me like to shift from where I was, right? Almost like kind of knock me out of that state. Kind of like, if you have children, this will ring true, or you must not even just make sense of like, sometimes the simplest thing to do with the kids is to just put their attention in a different space. In other words, if they're focused on, I'm angry or something, if you just do something like make them laugh, it just kind of breaks the state that they're in, right? Or if you just kind of, let's go do this thing right now, right? And they're like, oh, okay, let's do that, right? They kind of forget that they were having the tantrum or that they're in this angry place. And, sometimes works. As the kids get older, I find that's a little bit more difficult. They want to just like, no, I'm going to hold on to this anger, right? It's mine. I'm going to, be that. And then the other side of the fence, I would go, well, wait a second. Does that mean, though, that I or my clients who I'm teaching these to aren't really feeling their feelings? In other words, here's something just to make it go away, right? Like here's a Band-Aid to kind of like shift it or to change it so that you don't actually feel that. And so, it wasn't up until, I would say right now when I'm still reflecting, I'm finishing up this course, so I'm just getting, really, really clear on these clearing techniques and these tools, which really help to shift the limiting beliefs that we have, because we all have them and they never really stop. We just perhaps notice that maybe we have them less, or that we don't stay stuck in it, right? We don't allow the power of fear. We just get really, disciplined in a way of just saying, no, I'm not going to go there. It's not taking me to any place where I need to be, and it's not moving me forward in the life that I want to create. I'm going to choose different, right? So I feel it's kind of like it's both. And only you will know that, right? Like, yes, you got to feel the feeling. It's coming up for a reason. And then it's time to just kind of say, you know what? You had your turn now. Okay, now we're moving out of that. So there's a way for me that I've now come to be true for me. And maybe this will be true for you too, where you can allow yourself to feel the feeling, but then you're like, okay, now we're going to choose this direction, right? You had your say. I allowed you the space. I see you. I hear you. I see and I hear you. Sadness, pain, loneliness, difficulty, I feel stuck, I feel lost, like all that stuff. Fear, shame, guilt, embarrassment. I see all that stuff. I see you, I hear you, and I love you. And we're going to choose something different right now. And I'm going to now do this tool to move me from where I am to where I now want to be. So it's both. But it is imperative for you to get clear. And here's the thing. These clearing tools that I teach my clients, I've learned over the years and getting even better at them, that I use with myself, are powerful. It doesn't mean that you have to go somewhere and get something. When you really learn these tools well, that, it's like you have all these tools in your bucket, right? So that when you find yourself in situations, as you will throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your life, of sadness or pain or challenge or frustration or overwhelm, that you can allow yourself to really feel those feelings. But then it's like, all right, it's time for us to get clear now, right? It's like, imagine that you have a dirty windshield, and so first you got to you got to go out. Well, it's a dirty windshield. I got to get in there with some soap, or I have to go to the car wash. It's gonna soap it up, and then think of those windshield wipers. Now we're gonna clear that all away, right? So we had to get in there. We had to get in with the dirty pieces of that windshield, and then the windshield wipers are just like clearing it away. So just imagine that's what that is, right? It's like windshield wipers. It's so funny as I'm saying this. I'm driving in my car and I'm doing like left hand, right hand, like I'm the windshield wipers, right? These are the tools, the limiting belief tools that help to wipe away and for you to get clear. Just like a dirty windshield, you clean it off, right? And then the windshield wiper clears it so you can now see, because that's exactly what happens when you get clear. It's not about denying your feelings. It's not about spiritual bypassing and making it all go away, saying affirmations so you don't feel the stuff. No, it's so that you can get clear, and now you can make decisions from a place of clarity and not fear. Now you can actually listen and hear what your heart is telling you. Now you can sit in stillness and just be okay and listen for direction. Right? Now you can be open. Because if we're not clear, we are closed off. We think that life is doomed. We think that there's no way of getting out from where that we are. We can't see any other possibility. We are so in the grips of fear. So think of it as that. If when you get clear, it's just like that windshield of your vehicle. If it's cloudy and dirty and foggy, like you cannot see. You can't see another path or possibility. You can't see that, patience is required and trust. You can't see where you're going because everything's so cloudy, right? And so having tools which really help you to get clear allows you to see, allows you to be open, allows you to be open for the downloads that'll be coming to you from source, from spirit, from your inner knowing. That when it's all cloudy inside, good luck with that, right? You just can't see. You're like, well, what do you think? No, there's no other way. I'm stuck. I'm fucked. There's no what, right? And we've all been there. And so if it feels right now to you, sister, brother, that I'm calling you out, I'm calling us all out. It is crucial for us to get clear. For us to get clear. So here's your more tip for today. What is something that you do which helps you to get clear, right? It's hard for me to teach these tools in a podcast. It just is, right? It just is, and also too, with so much love and compassion and, respect, women invest in themselves to really learn these tools well. Like, for example, the Women Wanting More retreat that's coming out, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But your more tip for today is, what is a tool that you have right now in your bucket that you sometimes forget about, that you can choose to get clear? So when you find yourself, you can't see, things are foggy, you got the dirty windshield, right? What do you need to do? Is it that you bust out into music and you sing and you dance in your kitchen? Are you doing the car dance, right, as you're driving? Do you watch something funny, which just kind of shifts your state? Do you journal? Do you meditate? Move your body? I'll tell you, for me, a big clearing technique for me is movement. It really, really is. And I know for most of you, you'll say, oh, yeah, when I move my body, I just, the stress kind of melts away. Well, yeah, because now you're seeing clearly, right? That's really what that is. Or if you get outside into fresh air, right? Or you go for a walk, or you get out in nature, you go through, whatever that is. What is the one clearing tool that you use that you don't even really know, but right now as I'm suggesting some things, you go, oh, yeah. oh yeah, this thing. And you have that as your main tool. Okay? So all I want you to do with this more tip is just identify what that clearing tool is for you. And remember, it's always there in your back pocket. And the one that you think, so you might think of like 5 things right now. What is the one that came to you right away? Or the one that you go, oh yeah, that's my go-to. Okay? So I can tell you, like, for me, again, it's movement. It is movement. It is always movement. Like, that is the number one thing for me of like, okay, let me get outside and go for a walk. Let me move. Let me drop and do some push-ups right now. Let me do a home yoga practice. Like, it is movement. Always moving my body. So what is that for you? Identify it. And remember, it's there for you. That is like the life preserver ring. When you feel like you're going down, that's the one that you just need to reach out and grab and use it. Right? Because here's the deal. There's a lot of different tools and different ways to kind of see life and to manage things and to, people are so funny, right? It's like, here we are, December. People are like, oh, I got to get a new planner for, like, what do you use? Do you use digital? Use paper? Like, what's the best planner out there? What's the best? They all fucking work. They all work, right? But the thing is you have to use it. Right? You have to use the planner. You got to use the online scheduler, calendar. You got it, right? Reminders, like, you just need to use it. They're all going to work. So remember that life preserver, it's there for you to grab whenever you feel yourself kind of like going down in a swirl of like a whirlpool, like the water swirling down the bottom of a tub until it goes out the drain and you feel like you're the one going down. That life preserver, that tool is there to just wipe it all clean so that it allows you not to make it all go away, but for you to get clear. So you can now choose, so you can now listen, so you can now be still, so you can get the downloads that you're hearing, the inspiration from within, to know what the next step needs to be for you. And that's why clearing tools are so phenomenal and so necessary. And we all forget about them. Me too. Okay, so this is a chance, as a reminder for you of how necessary that these are. And the Women Wanting More retreat, which is coming up in about 6-7 weeks now, a little bit less than 2 months. It's going to be here where I live in beautiful Victoria, BC, Canada. As I'm sitting here finishing up this podcast episode, listening to the birds tweeting outside my home. It's just the most beautiful city. We have the ocean here. We have mountains, nature all around us. A lot of this retreat is going to be nature, is going to be outside. And the purpose of this retreat and who this is for women that are at a point where they're feeling like the swirling drain, right? Where they're like, I've tried all these things, Karen, but I just know, like, I can't do this alone. It's costing me so much. If this continues for another 6 months, another year, another 2 years, like, no, it will not be good. Like, I can't. I need help. Women that are just at this crisis, stuck, they're feeling lost. I don't know who I am anymore. And really, at the end of this, being in a group of women that are like you, because yes, you are not alone. As much as fear is trying to tell you that, you are not alone. Don't believe it. You're not alone. You're not designed to do this work alone. And this experience, this 2-day, the Women Wanting More retreat experience, will take you from where you are to lost, to feeling grounded, to stuck, to having a plan, to feeling like you don't know how to get out from where you are, and you're just so buried in the stories and all the program of your subconscious stuff, to at the end of that, of just getting so clear and owning your worthiness, your power, and knowing what you need to do from now. And not being alone in it. And feeling refreshed and renewed. And so the reason why this live event I'm calling a retreat, because it'll be completely different than ones I've run in the past. So, for example, like, I have some women that have come to past events that are, applying or are interested and wanted to find out kind of more about it, because it is a completely different experience. So, by the way, if you are a former live event client of mine who's listening, yeah, it's open to you too. This will be very different from before. Very, very different. And what's come to be true for me is that as women, we don't need in your face. We don't need, hardcore, like, do the work, like, let's go, be push. We do that so much already. We don't need that. We need compassion. We need empathy. We need understanding. We need acceptance. We need love. We need softness. We don't need to harden ourselves any more than we already have. And this is an opportunity experience for you to be split wide open in the most beautiful way so that the true you can come out and through. Your absolute best and most beautiful, amazing self that is just locked into the story of I'm lost, I'm stuck, I'm in this crisis, I don't know where to go. So that when you go home to your family, to your friends, still working with these incredible women that you will be here with side by side of these 2 intensive, life-changing, transformative days, that you will come back new, refreshed, rebirthed, remembering who you are. So if this is really speaking to you, sister, here's what you need to do. You need to text me. Yes, this is my actual cell phone number. No, it's not just a number I got for this or women to connect with me. This is my actual cell phone number. So all you need to do to apply, because it's by application, there are 5 spots that remain, okay? 5. They are going to get filled up. And so if you're feeling this calling right now, and yeah, by the way, you can still be scared and be like, I'm still going to do this. But all you need to do is text me, okay? Here's my number, 250-589-4811. 250-589-4811. And just say, Karen, I'd love to apply for that retreat. Okay? I will send you an application. We will begin the process. And by the way, then respond to your text messages. There's some of you, and I don't know if something's happened or maybe you've changed your mind. That's fine. But just make sure if you're just like, okay, I want to apply, follow through. Follow through. Okay? You were deserving and worthy to be here, but we have to see first if this is really a fit. Okay? And I'd be honored to have you connect with me. So just send me a text, 250-589-4811, and say, Karen, I'd like to apply. Or you can also email me, drkarenosborne@gmail.com. So I will talk to you in the next episode, sister. A life of more really is one step away from getting clear every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborne.com/newsletter.